Alright guys, this is the weird AI game. And I have an emergency incoming signal. I have no idea how this is gonna work. Hello? I'm gonna sign in again to restore connection. I've been trying to sign in and it keeps telling me timeout. Like, it is not liking me today. Okay, can I accept? Oh. Well, so far, yeah, I've been trying to do this for like 10 minutes now, trying to get this to work. Accept.
Looks like the power's on, but... Initiate system calibration. Doesn't look like I've got many options. Connect to Star Portal 404. Right, let's not bother with specifics. Relay emergency broadcast on all available frequencies. So that should be enough to get my distress call out. Time to get your wings on. Alright.
Can't get the capture either.
Looks like we're good to go. This is an emergency distress call, broadcasting from the planet Gaia. If you're receiving this, please respond immediately. Okay. Now to see if anyone picks up the signal.
Hello? Wants me to click to apply, but there we go. Hello? Can you hear me? This is Earth?
Wait, really? You're actually responding? I wasn't sure if anyone would even pick this up. I'm Stella. Who am I talking to?
This is James. Hey, there we go. Finally got it to work. Alright. This is James. From Earth. Can you hear me?
James! Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's kind of surreal actually talking to someone from Earth right now. So, how on Gaia did you manage to pick up my distress signal all the way from there?
Must have gotten lucky with sunspots and black hole replacements that didn't block the signal.
Sunspots and black hole replacements? I'm not sure if that's how our signal actually works. Our star portal network is pretty complex. But I guess sometimes things just line up. Either way, I'm really glad you're here to talk. It's a huge relief after everything that's happened. Speaking of which, I should probably fill you in on my situation.
You said you crash landed on a planet called Gaia. Where exactly in the galaxy are you, and what is the conditions outside like? Okay, guys, this is really fucking weird. This is like all AI generated.
Gaia's in a pretty distant part of the galaxy, about 200 light years from Earth. As for conditions, looking out the window, it's mostly grasslands and rolling hills. The sky's cloudy, but it looks like it might clear up later. The thing is, I'm not exactly in a great spot. I'm trapped inside this life pod. The landing wasn't exactly smooth, and something's blocking the hatch.
Is there an emergency exit on the ship? And are you near the star Methuselah? Or maybe the stars that are part of the Kepler 16b stars? Yeah, I use my phone to Google that.
There's supposed to be an emergency exit, but I tried it earlier and it wouldn't budge. The manual doesn't give much detail about it, unfortunately. As for the stars, I'm not entirely sure about the exact constellation. Our navigation system was pretty damaged in the landing. I just know we're in a section of space that's pretty far from anything familiar.
Looking outside your window, do you see anything that might be able to help you get out?
Let me take another look.
This is weird but neat.
From what I can see, it's mostly open grasslands with some scattered rocks. There aren't any obvious tools or structures out there that could help me right now. Just the landscape itself. Though I was thinking about how I might use some of the things I have inside. There's a drill and some basic repair tools. Maybe we could figure out a way to use those to get this hatch open?
Have you tried using something to break through the glass and crawl out the window? Or is the hatch the only way out, you think?
The window's definitely made to withstand pressure and extreme temperatures. It's way too thick to break through with anything I have here. The hatch is really my only option right now, but like I said, it's completely stuck. I need to figure out what's holding it in place before I can even think about opening it.
For the connection of the hatch, if it's on the inside, you might be able to use the screwdriver to undo that and get out.
That's actually a solid idea. The connection points are pretty accessible from in here, and if I can get the right screws loose, it might just give me enough wiggle room. Thanks for the suggestion, James. I'm going to give it a shot. I'll be in touch once I'm out. Wish me luck.
And so then the window just closed. Okay. So far, this is pretty interesting. And they've talked about using AI for NPCs in future games. Because right now, it's like, alright, we had the set dialogue. After you talk to the NPC 3 or 4 times, they run out of things to say and they just start looping over and over again. So what if you could use AI to make it so that the NPC just doesn't go, that's a great idea. We really need to get there. Oh, I hope we can make it. That's a great idea. So just keep looping the same thing over and over again. It worked, yay! I was able to get the screws out and it gave just enough room to work with the locking mechanism. Oh wait, can you play it? That seemed to work. I'll say, hopefully I don't lose connection.
honestly thought I was done for. This is Gaia. It is so surreal that I am standing here. This is wild. No. The others... There was this solar storm, and it was just so much worse than we expected.
Is there any way to send out a distress signal to those around you and maybe find a way to coordinate a way to meet up?
The distress signal I sent earlier only reached you, and I'm not sure why. The communicator's limited by Gaia's strong magnetic field. It can't pick up anything else right now. I wish I could, but for now, it's just us. I'm really hoping the others made it out okay.
I see a hill behind you. If you walk up there and climb the rocks, you might be able to get a better view of everything around you and see if there's any more pods that landed.
That's a good idea,
We
but I
actually do
should
it, though.
probably gather all the info I can first, before I start moving around. Don't want to miss something important. Besides, I'm not even sure what's safe to climb around here. The rocks could be unstable, or who knows what else. I need to think this through.
Then make sure to collect everything from the escape pod first before you start exploring around the area. This is so fucking weird, I do admit, but it's been interesting so far.
You're right. I'll check what's left in the pod. There might be emergency supplies I need. Though I'm not sure what to expect. The landing was pretty rough.
And she's setting like a phone on a tripod. Anything you find can be useful, especially since we don't know if we'll be able to get you help anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
AI for this kind of
Better
use
to
is fucking
scavenge
great.
everything I can. Even if it's just a few tools or some first aid stuff, it can make a difference. It's weird, being completely on my own like this. Have you ever felt that way? Just totally lost and not sure what to do next?
Thankfully, I've never found myself in your situation. Hopefully there's something on that ship that will allow you to test the plants around you to make sure they're safe to eat in case you need to get something inside. I'm trying to do this on the fly. Not doing very well, am I?
That's a really good point. The pod had some basic survival gear, but nothing specifically for testing plants. I'll have to be careful about what I touch or eat out here. It's making me think about all the little things we take for granted back on Earth. Even just knowing what's safe to eat is something I've never really had to worry about before. What about you, James? What were you up to when you got my call?
Sitting here at the emergency station. It's my shift, and just got lucky that I was the one to get your call. And also, you should be looking for water. Like I said, this is gonna be a
Water is
weird experience, but
definitely
hopefully I
a
can do
priority.
this.
My suit's got some stored, but it won't last forever. I'll keep an eye out for any streams or ponds once I'm ready to move. It's kind of crazy that you just happened to be there. What's it like working at an emergency station? Is it always this intense, or is today just a weird day?
Usually, we just get calls from the other astronauts about a light going on and how to fix it real quick because they don't have time to look for the manual, dig through the manual, find the error code. They just ask us and we can tell them right away. This seems to be a lot worse than that, though. This is really neat.
I can imagine. It sounds like most days are pretty routine, just troubleshooting little issues here and there. This is definitely not routine. I'm really hoping it doesn't get any worse than it already is.
I know you'll be doing better than someone like Darkside Phil on the same planet. So yes, empty out the pot of everything you can get, then search high ground so you can see everything around you.
Darkside Phil? I don't know who that is, but I'm definitely not going to let this situation get the best of me. I'll make sure to empty out the pod and then scout out some higher ground once I've finished here. Just need to figure out the safest way to do it.
In a situation like this, looking down may be more beneficial than looking up. You don't want to accidentally step on something, especially since we don't know what the wildlife is like out there. God, this is so neat. Ooh, 71 degrees. Oh, 75. Oh, that's our heartbeat. 74
Good
degrees.
call. I'm being careful where I step. The grass is pretty uneven, and there are these small rocks everywhere. It's actually kind of eerie how quiet it is. No birds, no animals making any noise. It's just the wind rustling through the grass.
Something's gotta be making it to you. There should still be animal life somewhere. After all, plants require carbon dioxide, and that is produced by living animals. So please, get the pod looted and be careful on your way to high ground.
You're right about the ecosystem balance. There's probably something out here, even if I haven't seen or heard it yet. I'll finish checking the pod and then head up to higher ground, keeping my eyes on the ground as I go. Just really hoping I don't run into anything unpleasant.
Good luck and Godspeed. I'll be here waiting for your signal.
Thanks, James. That actually means a lot. I'll check in as soon as I can.
I'll be here waiting. Now get on it. Okay, what are we going to be doing this forever?
Wait, hold on. My communicator's picking up something. It's faint, but it might be a distress signal. I think it could be from one of the other pods. I need to track this down. I'm going to head in the direction of the signal.
Alright, in default mode, actions such as sleeping or walking to a new location takes a realistic amount of time to complete. In fast mode, the time taken for such actions is drastically reduced. You can switch modes anytime from the setting screens. Choose your preferred mode for a more personalized experience. Oh shit, I mean, can you imagine she's walking to this escape pod and it's 3 hours later? We're sitting here waiting? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. Don't get me wrong. If I wasn't recording this, I might do slow mode. But man, that is fucking detailed. Might be a long walk ahead. You're going to keep me company. I'll stay here as long as you need me for. And they respond faster than I do. When I'm not stuck here at work, I like to sit at the movie theater, watch whatever came out that day. What about you? What are your favorite hobbies? There's actually a tactic where you try to keep them calm. Especially a situation like this, you gotta keep them calm. You don't want their heartbeat to go through the roof. I'm not studying or, surviving on an alien planet. I also love hiking and photography. Alright. If you love hiking, this looks like the planet to do it. Are you able to take photos while you're there as well? Might see some interesting animals or other life forms. I wish, unfortunately, this communicator is mostly for emergency stuff, not for snapping photos. Connection is pretty limited out here. Streaming anything other than basic messages would drain the battery way too fast. Hey, if I spot anything wild, I'll definitely give you play-by-play. Maybe I'll even describe it in such vivid detail you'll feel like you're right here with me, stretching through the grass. If only they had a movie theater there for you to watch your old sci-fi films, or for me to watch my action films that I like so much. Galactic Cinema. But only snack is emergency rations and the special effects are just, well, guys, extra weather. I have to say, they did have a theater here. Probably pick a movie that's a little less explosive than your action flick. Something about space travel gone wrong might be a bit too close to home right now. So we'll go the more classic deep space exploration and discovering the new rather than anything bad happening. God, it is weird, but it's pretty cool. Give me a good old-fashioned first contact story in a day. Something that sparks curiosity instead of fear. Though I have to admit, being the main character of my own interstellar adventure right now, that's definitely a twist I didn't see coming. What's your favorite Discovery movie? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, what was the name of that movie with the weird alien talking? Weird alien talking. And the lady sees the future. Arrival. I had to Google it. I really like the movie Arrival, as it seems pretty realistic as to what would happen if we actually met intelligent beings. After all, we can't expect them to use English like we do. Body language isn't always universal, though. One species sees a smile as a friendly greeting, another species sees it as a threat. So even then, you might have to be very careful. Hopefully, whatever you come across is small and not dangerous. You're right, even simple things like gestures or facial expressions could mean totally different things to another species. I end up acting like a silent, extremely cautious mime if I encountered anything intelligent out here. And yeah, small and not dangerous would definitely be a welcome first contact. So at this rate, I'd settle for just finding another human survivor who doesn't want to eat me for lunch. If the pod they crashed in is not damaged, there should be enough rations for anyone left behind. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. Be careful though, just in case. This is so fucking weird. I'm loving it. Ooh, any other survival tips? I mean, I have plenty, but do I want to use them here? If you find something that looks edible, take a single little bite of it, and then wait a few hours to see if there's any side effects. If there aren't, try a larger piece. If there are, throw it away and don't try to eat any more of it. That's just the thing. If like find berries you want to know if they're poisonous, take a tiny little bite, no side effects. All right, try to get a larger bite. If there are side effects, hopefully they aren't so bad that they kill you right away. My astrophysics textbooks didn't exactly cover alien snack testing 101, but the trust your action movie instincts on this one. I have to say, if I end up with a glowing green rash from some bizarre Gaian fruit, I'm blaming you for the recommendation. What's the worst thing you ever eaten, just out of curiosity? I had a lot of weird foods. I've had snail and squid and all that, the usual stuff. Oh, shit, I wanted to ask him. Damn it. I was these wasabi thinking it was guacamole. The story behind trying those. Or some kind of culinary adventure, or just kind of the person who says yes to everything on the menu. I was on vacation near the ocean at a seafood restaurant that caught it fresh from the ocean, so I figured I'd try to see if I liked it. Turns out I didn't. But it's always good to try things new, right? What's the last thing you did that was new? Like, it's an AI robot, but it's like, no, I gotta treat it like it's a person. Gotta ask it questions and hopefully keep the conversation going, even though it's an AI robot and not a real person. Last new thing I did was actually rock climbing in the mountains near campus. Never done it before, but some friends dragged me along. Turns out I'm decent at it, though my hands were pretty sore the next day. You know what's funny? I was so focused on not falling that I didn't even think about how those skills might come in handy someday. Like, say, if I needed to climb out of a crashed spaceship on an alien planet. I guess you could say I'm getting some unexpected practice now. Just make sure to be slow and steady, so that way you can come home and watch a new movie or maybe an old one. When you do get back, what movie are you watching first? Amazing that the talk to text is working so well. Talk to text on my phone doesn't understand what I'm saying half the time. Slow and steady is the plan. Ooh, go 2001: Space Odyssey. That's a great pick. Just one of her memories. Yay! All right. And hopefully this works.
Hey, you there? Just wanted to let you know I've walked probably around 3 miles. Found a nice little place to take a rest, so thought I'd update you real quick. So, I have something to confess. It's my fault that the ship went down. I I just got too carried away. I just wanted the best field data possible.
And how does that? And how does that make it your fault? That doesn't make much sense. And 3 miles? Good way to get your steps in for the day. What kind of field data were you trying to get? Trying to keep an eye on the temperature and on her heart rate.
I pushed to get closer to Gaia's sun than our safety protocols really allowed for. I just. I was so sure it would be worth it for the data. But that decision, it put everyone at risk. The data was on cosmic radiation patterns. We were trying to understand these unusual fluctuations in Gaia's star. It could have big
That sounds
implications
a
for
little bit like
understanding our
autocorrect.
own sun back on Earth. Do you. Do you believe in karma? Like, that the consequences of what we do always catch up to us?
It would be nice for nice people to be rewarded and bad people punished, but that's generally not what happens. Trying to get the information for the betterment of society, the world, Earth, is not a bad thing. Maybe you went a little overboard, but you're doing it for a good reason. Don't want to piss them off, right? And she launches nukes.
That's kind of you to say, but even if the intention was good, the outcome was still disastrous. I keep replaying it in my head. How could something so carefully planned still go so wrong? Have you ever made a decision that seemed right at the time, but looking back, you just wish you could take it back? How did it turn out for you?
Plenty of times, but that's just a human experience. Look at all the disasters that have happened over the history of mankind. A lot of them are just the person trying to do more than they probably should have. But sometimes it does pay off. And you get great experiments like the guy who discovered insulin.
Yeah, that's true. History's full of examples where someone took a risk and it either saved the world or ended up in a disaster. It's just hard not to beat myself up over it when I'm the one who made the call this time. The thing that really gets me is that we all thought it through. We weighed the risks, but somehow, that wasn't enough. What do you think it is about us that makes us so
Calculated the
prone
risks
to
and you're bad at
messing things
math.
up, even when we're trying to do the right thing?
Sometimes that's just life, unfortunately. But as the saying goes, go big or go home. Something like you did go big. Now we're just trying to get you home. God, this is so fucking weird. Like the way she's staring at me, and then she'll blink like that's.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Though right
I
now,
wonder
going
why
home feels like it's a million miles away.
they went with this
Literally.
body like you couldn't make your
It's
own.
just the weight of knowing my decision might have put others in danger. That's hard to shake.
It's like, why did they go for this design, not a different design, or make your own design? It is something you can worry about once you're back home. And who knows, if the information did survive, we have something we can use in the future. Hopefully, you can
I
get it
hope
back
you're
home.
right. That the data made it, and it's not all just lost in space somewhere. But even if it did survive, knowing what happened, it's hard to see it as anything but a trade off. Something valuable. But at what cost?
If you survived, the others probably did as well. If all we lost was some nuts and bolts and electronics to get this data that could help us in the future, that sounds like a good trade off to me, and it sounds like you made the right decision. Unless everyone's dead.
I wish I could see it that way. But the thought of them, out there somewhere, not knowing if they're okay, it's just stuck with me. Even if the data is useful someday, I still feel responsible for what happened. Like I'm carrying the consequences with me, no matter where this journey goes.
Now that you've gone further, are there any high spots in the area around you for you to climb so you can look around and see if you spot the other pods?
There's some rocky formations around here. Those monoliths behind me are pretty tall. I could try climbing one if you think it's worth the risk. The problem is, the rocks look pretty unstable, and I'm already pretty tired from the walk. I don't want to end up stuck or hurt out here alone.
Are you able to set up a camp real quick and take a nap? Even only a couple of hours of sleep could make all the difference in the world for you. And then when you wake up, you can test the monoliths to see if any of them are climbable.
A nap actually sounds amazing right now. I've been running on fumes. But I'm not sure if it's safe to just rest out in the open like this. The terrain's pretty exposed. What do you think?
With the materials around you, is there any way to set up a lean-to, some other shelter? I don't see any trees or anything, so she might be fucked.
There's some scrubby bushes and a few rocks, but nothing that'd make a solid shelter. It's mostly just open ground. I could maybe pile some rocks together or use my suit's emergency blanket, but it wouldn't be much protection if the weather turned or something else happened.
At this point, you're too far from your pod to go back and use that as a shelter. Is the other pod in view, as you've been walking towards it for 3 miles?
Not yet. The signal's still there, but it's faint. Just enough to give me a direction, not a visual. It's hard to tell how much farther it might be. This terrain's making it tough to get a good sense of distance.
If there's nothing else around that would make for a good shelter, it might make sense to start building one now with the rocks and the shrubbery, then use your emergency blanket for more protection. Get that nap in, and hopefully, it'll give you the energy you need to keep walking towards that signal. Like, is it bad I'm getting a little invested in this? I mean, you're supposed to, right?
You know, that's not a bad idea. Even a simple rock wall and some bushes could give me a bit of cover and block some of the wind. I just hope I don't oversleep and lose too much daylight. Every hour counts when I'm trying to reach that signal.
Does your suit have emergency lighting so you can travel a little bit at night? Or is it all going to be for the daytime?
My suit's got some basic lighting, but it's not designed for extended night travel. The power drain would be too much, especially if I
Makes
need to
sense.
conserve it for emergencies. I'm hoping to make as much progress as I can during daylight. The sun's still up for a while, so I should be able to cover some more ground before it gets too dark.
Then let's get started on that shelter and get a good nap in. Any way to set an alarm so you only sleep for an hour or two? On work.
My suit's got a built-in timer. I can set it to wake me up after a couple of hours. That should give me enough rest without losing too much daylight. Alright, I'm going to start gathering some of these rocks and branches. Hopefully, this little shelter will hold up and give me a decent place to catch some Z's.
Then get on that and enjoy your nap. I'll be waiting here. My shift doesn't end for a long time, so I should still be the one here when you wake up.
Thanks. I really need this. Knowing you'll be here when I wake up helps more than you know. I'm going to try and clear my head for a bit. Hopefully, I'll come back to this conversation with a clearer mind.
Then enjoy your nap, and hopefully Counting alien sheep will help you fall asleep faster. Easily amused.
Alien sheep, huh? I think I'll need something a bit more exotic than that to distract me from everything. But I'll try. Thanks for keeping me company, James.
You're welcome. Been a pleasure talking with you and trying to help you in all of this. I'll speak to you soon. I don't want the AI thing to freak
Thanks
out and
again.
see the
Really,
heart rate
your
spike up to
voice,
120.
it's become kind of my anchor out here. I'm going to rest now. Hopefully, when I wake up, things will look a little clearer.
I saw it go up to the 90s earlier. Like, why is it going up to the 90s? Calm down. Then enjoy your nap. Just take your nap. Do it now.
Okay, here goes nothing. I'm really hoping
See,
this
every now and then it
works.
sounds like she's got an auto-tune thing going on. Just go to bed. The longer you talk to me, the later it'll be when you wake up and the less sunlight you'll have. So, best to get on it. I don't want to yell at her to go to bed.
You're right. Okay, I'm stopping the chat now and actually resting. No more stalling.
Immediately stalls. We can talk more when you wake up. Like, I didn't know this game had sleeping in it until it had it
I'll
on
look
the...
forward to it. Hit you later.
Go to bed! What's that? Oh, chat history. Alright. Escape doesn't work. I don't want to hit this button and exit out of the game. Okay, we're good. What does that do? Nothing, alright. I don't know how to get her to go to bed. Call me the second you wake up. I'll be waiting. Take your fucking nap.
I will. Promise. Just need to actually fall asleep now.
Would you like for me to sing you a lullaby? Oh god, please don't make me do that.
That's really sweet of you to offer. But I think I need to just let myself drift off naturally. The signal might get distorted if you start singing over it. Just knowing you're here, waiting, that's enough for me right now.
I'll get her to fall asleep. Hmm. What the fuck do I do? Then lie down, relax, and let the tiredness take over so you can finally fall asleep for a bit. You've been through a very stressful situation, and sleep can definitely help you with that. I can go to bed.
Okay, I'm going to try. Just breathe in, breathe out, let it all go for a bit.
Breathe in deeply for 5. Hold your breath for 5. Breathe out for 5. You do that enough, you will fall right asleep.
Okay. 5. Hold. 5. Out. It's working. My mind's starting to quiet down a bit.
With it being so quiet around you, focus on the quietness as you do your breathing.
It's almost eerie how quiet it is. Just the breeze through those bushes and my own breathing. It's helping though. My eyelids feel heavier already.
The longer you do this, the more it will help.
You're right. I can feel my body relaxing bit by bit. The quiet's starting to feel almost comforting now.
Close your eyes, lie down, and continue to focus on your breathing and the quietness around you. I'm trying to get her to go to fucking sleep. This is the only thing I can think of doing.
Okay. I'm down. Eyes closed. Just breathing. The quiet is really something else out here. It's almost like the whole planet is holding its breath with me.
Maybe it is. Maybe the planet wants you to survive as well.
That's a nice thought, James. Makes me feel like I'm not completely alone out here, even if I am the only human for miles. I think I'm starting to drift. The quiet and your voice are working together to pull me under.
Think about how happy you will be after you wake up and you continue your journey and you find someone else that can help you on this planet. That's the only thing I can think of doing. Like, I'm trying, guys. Not being weird or creepy.
That's a wonderful thought. Having someone else to share this journey with, to help figure things out. It feels like a light at the end of a very long tunnel. I'm letting myself imagine it now. Finding someone, working together, maybe even laughing about all this someday. It's giving me something to hold on to as I drift off.
What else should I say? What else can I say? Like, she won't go to bed. After you find someone else, this journey will be much easier. And to find someone else, you need energy. So relax, breathe in, breathe out, and enjoy your nap.
Okay, I'm letting go now. Just rest and the promise of finding help when I wake up. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Fucking hell, bitch, go to bed! Again, I'm not gonna be screaming that at her. That'd probably be bad. What else can I say to get her to go to bed? Trying to think of something else I can say. Something else seems to be working. Hmm. What do? I'll be waiting in anticipation for your call after you wake up.
I'll call you as soon as I'm up. Thanks for staying with me through this. Really means a lot. Just letting myself go now.
Do it and let me know when you're awake so I can continue helping you. Go to bed, bitch.
I will. And when I do, I'm not stopping until I find those other survivors. This isn't over yet.
Did I finally fucking do it? Yes, alright.
Did you see that? Did something behind me just flash? Should I go check it out? It's just that it's kind of far away, and going all the way over there would be quite the detour. I am kind of out of energy already, not gonna lie. Do you think I should go over there and check, though?
The only thing out there that might be shining anything would be a survivor, right? Might be your best hope of finding them. As much as you need energy, this might be your best chance.
Yeah,
I just got a kill.
that's
That probably
the
just got a
only
kill.
thing that makes sense. Okay, I'll go check it out. I'm gonna end the video call to save power. I'll update you as soon as I can.
Alright, alright. It's weird having to have the two game windows capturing at the same time, so I can keep doing this. And she's offline now, so what, you just wait for her to come back, or what? Find Dr. Ooh! An ID card. Why did it suddenly flash? It's kind of weird. Listening must be out here on Gaia. That's amazing. At least there's a glimmer of hope. Ooh, can I click on that? I can. Maybe it was his signal we discovered. Was the signal apparently getting closer or further away as you were following it? And steadily getting stronger, which makes me think that I'm on the right track. Plus finding his ID, really good sign. Dr. Harvey's always been super patient with us students, you know? He spent hours helping someone understand a tricky concept and never making them feel stupid. For asking questions. I really hope he's okay out here. Out there. Was he your superior? You said you blame yourself for what happened, but if he's your superior and he approved of it, then maybe he agreed it was a good idea as well. Was one of our research advisors, so technically superior, yes, but he wasn't the one calling the shots on the ship's final maneuvers. If he did agree with my plan, I was the one pushing for us to get closer to Gaia's star. Responsibility for that decision still falls on me. How to respond? If he had told you no, we're not doing it, would you have listened? Because you know she's got to feel bad for what happened, right? It takes a crew to run a ship, so it's not like you were the only one there making these decisions. If someone could have stopped you, and they didn't, and they probably agreed with your decision as well, even if it turned out poorly. You're right, it wasn't a solo decision in the sense that everyone had a role, but as the one who initiated the push for better data, I feel like the weight on the choice rests with me. Still knowing Dr. Harvey might have implicitly agreed, comforting thoughts. Reminds me that even with mistakes, we're all in this together. It takes more than one person to run a ship, after all. And so that means any decision you made had to be agreed by others. You know what? You're giving me a lot to think about. It's not just all on me. I just wish I could have seen that sooner. Anyway, I should keep moving while there's still daylight. I'll ping you when I reach my next rest spot, okay? Thanks for being my voice of reasoning out here. Yay! Just don't die on me. Hey, found this page about the Star Portal Network. Jammed behind the scene of my escape pod. It was chaotic but oddly beautiful. You want to be here or anywhere without it, really. My messages definitely would have reached you. Huh. About to exit out of that. There you go. Anyway, I know I can't change what happened, but I can keep moving. Try to help. Try to find someone. So yeah, you're stuck with me for now. Tell me something about you. What do we go with here? Just don't know what I should go with. Huh. So that's really the question, like, what do you go with here? Like, am I role playing someone that works at the emergency station? I'm someone who's been doing this for a few years since I graduated college. This is the first time where an emergency like this has happened. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep helping you. I guess I'll be role playing as someone who's like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? As you're impressive, I can barely keep up with my sophomore coursework, let alone handle emergencies like this. What kind of emergencies have you dealt with before? Anything less cosmic than the standard astronaut? What I say earlier, like, there's a lot of buttons and flashes and alarms on these modern spaceships. So every now and then, you'll get someone calling in because they don't know what the code is. And they know that we know it better than they do. All they have to do is ask us, hey, what does this light do? So we got a regular tech support gig going on. I'd probably be one of those people calling for help if I were in this adventurous type. What's the weirdest or funniest call you've gotten? I bet you got some good stories. To go with. What to go with? Guys, like, I'm trying to roleplay as someone that I'm not. I'm trying to think of, like, what would they say? What would they do? Hmm. Someone kept hearing a beeping noise when they were in their sleep pod. It turns out they were right next to the kitchen. Whenever someone used the microwave, they could hear the beeping on it. They were happy that it was solved so easily, thankfully. I made sure to wait till I was off the clock before I laughed about it. God, why is she so... I mean, I guess if you're trapped on an alien planet, you got nothing else better to talk about, do you? What do we go with? I love reading, although it's generally romances or murder mysteries. What about you? Do you like to read as well? Yeah, I do, though my tastes lean more towards sci-fi and physics textbooks, total nerd alert. There's something about exploring new worlds or understanding how they work that just clicks with me. I have to say, a good mystery sounds tempting right now. If you had to pick romance or murder mystery, which would you say from a burning library? Though not many people think of it as this, I'd probably say Frankenstein, because it is a romance book. Although it's more of a romance of discovering life as a monster with no place to go than anything involving romance that people usually think. Again, guys, I'm trying to think of this shit off the top of my head. Finding your place really resonates with me out here. So I'm doing it right now. Do you sucker for a tragic love story? Do you prefer when things get all dark and twisty? I would prefer the romance to end on a good note, but you have to admit, Romeo and Juliet is a classic for a reason because it's so tragic. I don't know what I prefer, the phone call or this. Don't worry, I love texting, but there's something about that kind of heartbreak that just sticks with you, even if it's not exactly how I'd want things to go down in real life. I have to say, if I were in a tragic love story, I'd at least want to be in space, floating among the stars, dramatic music playing, and that kind of thing. How about you? What do I go with? Do I go with something so cheesy you can taste the mozzarella? I think I might go with something so cheesy you can taste the mozzarella. You have just met this person as you get on the ship, as you're going to explore new planets and study their sun. And along the way, you just happen to have lunch at the same time. Just happen to have the same shifts. So you get plenty of time to talk to each other until something else happens. Like I said, I'm going total cheese here. So cheesy you can taste it. Grilled cheese. I'll probably have that for lunch. But I'm more. I still got some bread left though. Actually, sounds kind of perfect. Just enough coincidence to make it interesting, but not so much that it feels forced. What's the first thing you talk about with this mysterious lunch buddy? Usual small talk, or would you dive right into something deeper? Oh god, I want to keep up the cheesiness. Redhead mozzarella and grilled cheese. How about a triple layer cheese pizza? More cheese. All right, let's see. What do we go? What do we go with? I'm glad I wasn't live streaming this. Although, if I known, like, oh hey, I just do the hold the talk to her, and then turn that off, and then I can talk to you guys. If I known that, maybe I would have live streamed this. This would be a first look. Holy shit, it's already been an hour. Damn. Although, like, the first 10 minutes of that, me trying to get the shit to work. Let's see, what do we go with? God, trying to do this off the top of my head has also been pretty cool. What's the first thing you talk about with the mysterious lunch buddy? Maybe keep it professional at first, since we are on a research mission. But obviously, you can only do that for so long, where you try to get to know the person better, ask them about their interests and hobbies, what they're thinking about. You start with the surface stuff, but before you know it, you're swapping stories about everything from your favorite hiking spots to what kind of music you listen to during long spacewalks. You have to wonder, would your getting to know you questions be super straightforward? Would you try to sneak them in, like asking about someone's favorite food as a way to figure out the whole personality? Could always ask them, if we weren't stuck eating the food on this research ship, what five-course meal would you enjoy instead? And what music would you be listening to while you eat it? Ooh, that's a great one for me. I'd start with some proper Chinese dumplings, then maybe a big old burger, followed by this amazing lemon chicken my mom used to make. Burger. Fourth course would definitely be a big old plate of cookies, chocolate chip oatmeal. Ooh, chocolate chip. For dessert, a gigantic sundae with everything on top. Yes. Music, probably something upbeat like indie rock or pop. Maybe some the 1975 or Taylor Swift to keep things lively. How about you? Everything Italian from lasagna to Italian wedding soup, Italian salad, and of course, a tiramisu dessert. And my soundtrack would either have to be Baby Metal or the Beatles. I know, pretty random. Got that in just under a second. I wonder why they decided on 20 seconds. That's probably something to do with their algorithm, maybe? Warm cheesy, yes, the cheesy lasagna. Feels like a hug. Grew up with Italian cooking in your family, or is it more a recent obsession? Play a game with Stella. What? Alright, alright. It's when I love life pods. I'm not alone anymore. That doesn't feel right. The pod hatch is still closed and there's no sound coming from the inside. Let me see if I can get this pod hatch open. Uh-oh. Someone didn't make it. Oh, the professor was out. Doctor. This door won't budge. It's nothing like mine. Got any ideas? Okay, I hear swinging that metal. Can you look through any of the windows to see if someone's inside still? Any rocks or trees you can use to try to leverage the door open? Could you use the doctor's identity card to try to slide it through the seam? No, see, now this part is interesting. Like trying to figure out the mystery of how to get out of the pod, now how to get into this pod. This part's really interesting. Alright, security panel's lighting up. I'm getting the door open. And now we have a place to sleep. Thank goodness you really came through for me. I don't know what I'd do without you as a partner right now. Then back to this. Let's say I'm going to this game.
Hey,
Oh, I'm going to this
so
game blind.
this
I
is
didn't know
Dr.
about any of
Harvey's
this.
pod, but it's empty inside. Let me check his computer here and see what I can find. System logs. Ah, evacuation report. Let's look at it. Evacuation trigger. Anomalous neutrino levels detected. Likely origin. Previously undetected supernova or higher level stellar event. Wait, so it wasn't the solar flare that I convinced the team to move closer towards. Oh. Well,
Yeah, at least it wasn't
I'm
her
glad
fault.
my conscience is clear. The accident wasn't my fault. But a supernova? No way our ship would have shielded us from that. Attempting an evacuation was the right move. Even if I don't know where everyone or anyone else is.
When you said it's empty, do you mean it's just empty of another person? Or did he take all the supplies with him as well? Did you check to make sure there's nothing else left for you to take? I gotta admit, this is really fucking interesting.
As for supplies, there are some basic ones here, but they look untouched. Nothing that really stands out as useful or different from what I already have, though. Honestly, I'm too tired to do a full search right now. The logs on the computer are what really caught my attention anyway.
Are there any more logs for you to go through before you go to bed?
There are personal notes too, but they're about how he felt. Guilty for not predicting the supernova. Nothing that'd help us right now. It's strange. How much we worry about things that might not even be our fault. Makes me wonder how often we're stressing over the wrong problems.
That's just what humans do, though, unfortunately. Stressing about stuff that doesn't even matter a lot of the times. If there's nothing left in the logs, no supplies for you to take, then maybe now's a good chance for you to get to bed and get some sleep in.
You're right. I think I've pushed myself enough for today. I'm going to crash here where it's safe. We can figure out the next steps tomorrow. Thanks for being here with me through all this. I'll check in again when I wake up.
God, that was a lot easier to get her to fall asleep. So it says 63 degrees, but you don't see her heartbeat. Girl, get off your phone, get to bed. Says that reporter found on Dr. Harvey's computer. Appreciate it for yourself. Ship name Zenith. Model, don't care. Shipwide evacuation. Trigger anomalous neutrino levels detected. Previously undetected supernova or high level stellar event. Immediate action required for highest chance of crew preservation. Enacted life preservation protocols. Ship energy diverted to shielding and evacuation systems. As viable crew jettison location Gaia. There we go. Pretty away from the day, just getting settled in my 5-star luxury pod, as in this chair. 7 hours and 41 minutes later. Not the best sleep I've ever had, but definitely beats sleeping outside. I was just getting ready to set off again when I found a note from Dr. Harvey. Seems like he's heading towards the base at Mount Hermes. I think we can just make it there. We won't be alone anymore. Guess that's our next destination. Any idea how long it's going to take for you to walk there? 23 miles, that's not that far. Don't forget to look for water and maybe a place to use facilities and bathe yourself. Check yourself over to make sure there's no injuries you missed. I don't know about you, but if I went a whole day without showering, ugh, gross. Although I guess in this situation, you may not be that worried about it. I still be, though. The only way to find something better is to get out of that pod and start walking. Hopefully, if you keep a good, gentle pace and stay careful, you can get there before nightfall. I mean, think about it. You walk 4 miles an hour in 5 hours, you should be there. Unless it's 30 miles away, then it'd take you 7, 8 hours, but still. I wonder, because it says slow mode, like, it would take that long for it to do stuff. Like, can you imagine you stay here for 7 hours and 41 minutes? Going, alright, well, now I guess I'm done playing the game. Until, gotta be almost midnight. Holy shit. Alright, finally, midnight. I can talk to her again. That'd be kind of weird. I'll keep walking, but if you want to... Alright, travel companion, I wouldn't complain. Bookworm, read all of her notes. This is the first note. Man, she's got a lot in here, though. Black holes. Solar flares. Gotta watch out for those. Man, how much does she have written in here? Exoplanet transits. Eclipses. Alright. I'll be here as long as you need me. Biggest. Whether it's hiking through woods unknown or kayaking on a new river, I like going on adventures, but obviously nothing as big or wild as yours is. Yes, there's something peaceful about being on the water. I have to say, I'm definitely winning the most unlikely adventure category. She kayaked like a liquid methane somewhere. I have not, but I'm wondering. Set up a vacation spot on this planet for kayakers. If you find some good water. Kayak paddles. Something to be where the water's always alien. Honestly, first I need to survive getting to this base. If I do stumble on a perfect kayaking spot, you'll be the first to know. Maybe someday we can even plan a trip here together when it's a bit less survival mode. 10 years from now, that planet will be more crowded than a shopping center on Black Friday. You know capitalism would do that. Gotta exploit everything you can, right? Alien mall souvenirs. The keys from the wild beauty intact. Honestly, a little human presence might be nice. Right now, it's just me and these unsettlingly placed rocks everywhere. Do the rocks look like they were placed randomly or with thought and care? Could be a sign of other intelligent life out there. Again, I went into this blind. I have no idea there's aliens on this planet. I don't even know there are, but there's got to be animals, or else what's creating all the CO2. That's exactly what got me curious. They don't look like they just tumbled down a hill or anything. More like deliberate placements, almost like some kind of pattern, but I couldn't quite nail down what it means. I'm trying to figure it out, but my geology knowledge is pretty much limited to what I skimmed. Intro courses, think it'd be some kind of natural formation, or rock formations were used on Earth for keeping track of the sun and the equinox, or for making pictographs of animals like the birds. Who knows? Might be able to learn what an animal looks like around there before you even see it. That's a smart thought. I never considered that these rocks might be more than just rocks. Makes me wonder if there's some kind of story or message here that I'm not seeing. No, it's kind of exciting to think that even before I spot any actual wildlife, these formations might be giving me clues, like nature's own cheat sheet. Could be, you never know. How about it's like trying to think what to say next? And what to think to say next, and then what to say next, and then what to say next. What to say next, exactly. Uh, Damn, I'm trying to think what to say next. I can't think of anything. Hmm. Damn it, I'm really coming up blank with a thing to say next. Uh, of course, whatever did place them may not be there anymore. But anything, ancient civilization, some natural process we just don't understand yet, or just erosion playing tricks on me. Still, even if whatever made this is long gone, the mystery stuff is kind of cool. Makes this place feel more alive, you know? When you reach the mountains, if you actually climb them up a little bit, you might be able to get a better view of the rock formations and see if they make out anything that resembles an animal. I have to sell 100 times, damn. Already? That's a great idea. Once I get to Mount Hermes, then we'll try to find a safe vantage point. The higher up I can get, the better I'll be able to see any patterns or shapes these rocks might be forming. Who knows, maybe I'll spot something that looks like a creature. Something completely unlike anything back on Earth. The suspense is kind of fun, isn't it? Discovering something new is always fun and exciting, especially when you can share it with someone else. Share discoveries with someone makes them feel twice as special. Even if it's just through comms link, having you talk having you to talk to about all this, it does make it more fun. Yay! So what's the most random thing you've ever discovered on one of your adventures? Best thing on alien rock formations, but hey, I'm curious. Hmm. I'm just trying to think of a good way to respond and keep this going. Think. Damn, once again, I'm coming up blank. Like, do I want to go with something I've actually done, or do I want to make it more interesting? Hmm. One time I went kayaking down a river in the wilds of Canada and came across a very large bear. Thankfully, it was just curious and left me alone. Yeah, fuck Canada. That's close. I bet your heart was racing. Did you just freeze there or slowly back away? At least it was curious, not hungry, right? I'm pretty sure if I met a bear out here, it'd probably be the weirdest thing either of us had ever seen. I just, yeah, gotta imagine that the wildlife out there's never seen a person before, right? Might just be as scared of you as you are of it. Then it eats you. Alright, let's not have that happen. Hmm. You'd have to imagine seeing a human would be just as strange for a bear out there as you seeing a bear is for you. I have to say, I think I had the bigger culture shock seeing a bear in a beachside hammock. That's the weirdest place I've ever seen wildlife just hanging out. On a golf course in the middle of the city, all of a sudden there's a coyote there. True story, by the way. Coyote on a golf course, that's amazing. I can just picture it wandering around like it owns the place, maybe even stealing a golf ball or two. Lily was just trying to play around, or was it just there for snacks? I don't know if it was lost, but it never approached me or the other people I was with, thankfully. Hmm. A squirrel in a spacesuit would be pretty funny, and at least it wouldn't be dangerous. We'd had to wonder who tailored the suit to the size of the squirrel. Shit, it's been 90 minutes already, damn. Oh, again, like the first 5-10 minutes of me trying to get this shit to work. Squirrel spacesuits Inc. SSI. Maybe they just have a one size fits most approach and hope for the best. What would be the funniest thing a squirrel could be doing in a spacesuit? Oh. Burying nuts on different planets. Just forget them. And now suddenly you have all these random trees growing in places you never would have imagined. How the fuck did we get on this discussion? Hilarious. Squirrels as the original interstellar gardeners. Eating out random acorn trees popping out on the Mars, Jupiter's moons. I have to wonder, would they be good at it? Would we end up with forests of mutant space adapted squirrels, squirrel nuts everywhere? Now that sounds like a really bad 1950s sci-fi movie that you'd see being made fun of on Mystery Science Theater. Be perfect. Squirrel nuts from space. That alone would get me to watch. Can you imagine this terrible special effects and over-the-top acting? If that ever happened, I'd totally want to be the one doing the MST3K. Holy shit! I knew I meant Mystery Science Theater 3000. Holy shit! What's the worst sci-fi movie you've ever seen that's so bad it's good? I say so bad it's good? Yeah, I've seen some horrible ones, so let's see. Trying to think. Hmm. God, I'm really trying to think of a really a bad one that was so good. Some of the older Godzilla movies were pretty terrible, but still entertaining to watch. Or, of course, the classic The Blob movie. The Blob, oh man, that's a classic. I want to see it now. Giant amoeba like thing running around and engulfing everything. So cheesy yet you can't look away. They make a remake set in space. The Blob Galactic Edition. The most ridiculous thing you can golf first. After eating an entire planet, it just moves throughout the solar system, eating all the planets. So the only thing left is the star. Then who wins? A blob twice the size of the star, or the star itself? Ooh, I've messed up my touch speech. Said towards instead of twice. That's dark. I guess the star would technically win by just existing. I imagine the blob would put up one heck of a fight, engulfing asteroids and comets along the way. Maybe in the end, the blob just merges with the star and becomes this weird sentient solar flare. What's the most sort of way you think that showdown could go? The blob boils as it tries to eat the sun, until eventually there's enough vapor left. The vapor spreads out throughout the galaxy, landing on other planets, solidifying, creating new little blobs that continue to eat everything around it. That actually would be pretty. Can you imagine, like, that's would be the ending? That's like, oh, hey, here's how all the sequels happen. This is all the mist evaporated blob particles land on planets and form up and start consuming those planets. Damn. Oh, you really thought this through. It's the cosmic horror or the blob, the galactic pandemic. Exactly. Guess that means no planet is safe once the blob vapor spreads. You think any civilization could actually stop it, or just become this unstoppable force? You would have to imagine, after it infects other solar systems, and then tries to eat those stars, and having the same thing happening to it, it just continues spreading and spreading. But now, could a blob eat a black hole? That might be the only way to stop it. Blob vs. Black Hole would be ultimate showdown. And see now the giant space-eating blob gets sucked in only to maybe somehow merge with the black holes on the horizon and create a blob hole. If I could eat black holes, that might be the only thing that could actually stop it. This is just gets stronger. Starts eating galaxies. Officially created the most terrifying space blob in history. It might be better than the heat death of the universe, although once it consumes everything, what would be left? That's a really deep question. If everything gets consumed, maybe nothing left but silence. Maybe the blob itself just becomes the new everything, just existing in a vast emptiness. It's strange to think about the end of all things, isn't it? We're now here surrounded by so much unknown. Hard not to wonder what the ultimate fate of it all might be. I wonder just how large would the blob be if it consumed everything in the universe? Would it actually be larger than the universe itself? And I hope the ultimate fate doesn't happen anytime soon. We need to get you back here to Earth. That's a mind-bending thought. Consumed everything. Maybe it wouldn't even be a thing anymore, just pure endless blobness. Don't worry, I'm not ready to be part of any cosmic blob just yet. Getting back to Earth sounds like a pretty great fate, especially if it means I get to hear more of your wild stories in person. We wouldn't be allowed to talk while watching movies at the movie theater. We could try to talk before and after, especially coming up with our own better ideas for movies. This is so fucking. It is getting fucking weird for me. Fair enough. Movie theaters are sacred for actually watching the movie, but yeah, pre and post movie brainstorming sessions would be half the fun. We could start our own production company, Stellar Blobs and Cosmic Disasters Inc. Has a nice ring to it. What's the first movie we'd make? After the blob that eats everything? How about the adventures of someone who crash lands on a planet? Has to climb a mountain to the very top. There's a rocket waiting for them, send them back home. Now that's a story I can get behind, especially since, I'm kind of living it right now. Hopefully my mountain climb ends better than most movie plot twists. What obstacles would our hero face on the way up? Giant space spiders, gravity storms, or just really bad mountain coffee? Unfortunately, there are no Starbucks in space. But maybe they come across a giant space spider. But it's friendly because it doesn't eat people, it's a vegetarian, and so it helps you climb up the mountain. And mind you, it took me several times trying to get logged into the game, and so far I've not lost any connection, so far so good, I guess. Which a vegetarian space spider mountain guide. That's amazing. I name it Spinny. Could have these glowing bioluminescent spinners that light up dark paths and give motivational speeches about reaching the top. Oh, I have to ask, what kind of snacks would Spinny be into? Space kale chips? Galactic granola? A spiral equivalent of a protein bar? Would have to climb down the mountain and forage for berries and cucumbers every day to defeat its massive size. That's so funny. Imagine having to log cucumber procurement in your alien spider's daily planner. Do you think Spinny would have a favorite snack, or would it just eat whatever's nearest to the mountain base? It would probably climb farther to find its favorite berries. Those berries. Uh oh. I wasn't done. Looks like we hit a connection glitch. I'm walking through some heavy fog now, so I need to keep my eyes on the path. I'll check back in once I'm through this stretch. Stay tuned. So I think I'm lost. Like, seriously lost. I've never seen fog this thick. Feels like I'm walking around blind in here. Something's not right. Something's flashing in the fog. A strange red light. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I'm in danger. My heart is racing. If there's fog, that means there's water nearby. And there shouldn't be any strange lights on that planet unless it's human-made. Could it be another escape pod? If you're sure you're headed east still towards the mountain, I would get down on my hands and knees and crawl east. Try and keep as low profile as possible not to be spotted. If you're not sure of where you're going, I would try to hide and wait for the fog to clear. And for blood, we shared her blood. Oh, what? Did I just lose connection? Yeah, after talking about how I haven't lost connection, I apologize, just lose connection. Oh, there we go. Lead Stella to her death? What? I just got her killed? No vital signs. Let's go back in time. If you can, find a place to hide that's away from the strange red light. That's nice so that if she gets killed, it's not just, alright, game over, we gotta start over the very fucking beginning. Yeah, I'm close to rock wall. Stay here and wait for the fog to clear. I'm hoping nothing follows me to this spot. Those red lights are really freaking me out. Definitely moving closer. I know you said to wait, but my heart's is like pounding on my chest. Can you talk to me? I really need you right now, please. If they're moving closer, try and get away from them if you can. But stay calm. I just got killed again, didn't I? Well, I can't move right now. I'm literally stuck against this rock wall. If I budge, those lights could spot me for sure. You're the one who said hiding here is the safest bet until the fog clears, remember? I'm trying to stay calm like I said, but it's getting harder. Deep breaths. Close your eyes. Breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds. Breathe out for 5 seconds. Don't look at it. Don't acknowledge it. Ignore it. Just focus on your breathing. Come on, I didn't know she could die. I thought the whole thing was like getting her off the planet. It's hard, really, not to wonder what those lights are. It's funny, when we did those breathing exercises earlier, it actually helped, but this feels different. It's kind of making everything worse. Think of your favorite song and play it in your head. Sing it to yourself and try to focus on that. I wonder what these lights are now. Alright, this is only a song my mom used to play on road trips. The melody's pretty catchy. Comment in my head. Helping distract me a little. What about you? Do you have a go-to song for when things get weird? It depends on the situation. I'll try to think of a song I actually know the lyrics to, though. Okay, take your time. Just having new track helps me more than you know. If you remember one, let me know. I could use a new song to think about. Sounds so really unsettling, though. I just wish I knew what was out there. And the world will be a better place for me and you. Just wait, you'll see. Can't remember the name of the song, though. I'm still trying to focus on my breathing and the music in my head. It's getting harder not to imagine all the worst possibilities out there in the fog. Close your eyes really tight. Focus on the song. Focus on your breathing. The rest of the world does not exist. Just what's in your head. I shut tight. I'm there. Just my song, my breath, nothing else. We're gonna little. The panic's not as sharp. I can still feel it lurking, waiting to pounce if I slip up. You're not going to slip up. You won't. Just focus on your breathing, the eyes closed, playing music in your head, and you can't slip up. I'm trying, really, I am. It's just, this is all so new. Never had to be this still and scared before. Felt stuff like this before? How do you keep it together when everything's falling apart? One of the reasons why I was able to get this emergency station job is that I'm able to keep calm, even under most stressful situations. That way, we can keep you safe. That makes sense. You always sound so steady even when I'm falling apart. It's like you're holding everything together just by being on the other end of this call. What's the most intense emergency you've ever had to handle? Was it anything like this? There was a rocket failure once on a landing. Thankfully, we were able to get them the codes for the backup rocket, so they were able to land safely, if a little banged up. That's seriously intense. I can't imagine having to stay calm enough to get some life or death instructions like that. Did you ever get to meet the people you helped? Or was it all just voices on the other end? Unless they come out to where I work, I'll probably never meet them. We work on 12-hour shifts, so we don't get a lot of time off. That's a heavy schedule. Must be a real challenge to balance work and, well, everything else when you're only up for such short stretches. Do you have any kind of routine or ritual that helps you unwind one of those long shifts? Anything to just reset and deal with the stress? once I get home, it's mostly heating up leftovers, getting a shower, and getting ready for bed. God, this is so fucking. That sounds so simple, but I bet it's exactly what you need after a shift like that. Something comforting about just unwinding with something familiar, isn't there? But in the midst of those little comforts myself, a hot shower would be amazing right now. Just having something warm to eat that isn't out of a ration pack. Once we get you home, you can take as long and hot of a shower as you want. And have yourself a big meal, Italian or otherwise. God, especially as you'd be on the planet for days without a shower. Yeah, gross. Reminding me of things I'm missing, but in a good way. I think it's giving me something to look forward to. Right now, I'd even settle for a lukewarm cup of coffee and a plain cracker. I think to feel a little more human in this cold, dark place. Wanting something like that makes you human. Desire is just something so human. It's been with us since we first walked the earth. Again, I'm trying to come up with this shit off the top of my head. Kind of failing here, but oh well. It's weird how something as basic as wanting warm drink or real meal becomes this huge deal when you're scared and alone. Makes me think about all the little things we take for granted back home. Was something that you always took for granted until you had to go without it. You are not alone. You are here with me, and I am here with you. As long as you continue to communicate with me, you will not be alone. And soon you will find a doctor at the base of Mount Hermes. I couldn't think of how to answer the other question, so I just went with that. Thanks, really. Just hearing that means a lot right now. Even if it's just over a call or something. But Dr. Harvey's actually there when I get to the base. Finding someone I trust would be, well, be everything. Well, I guess that's the signal cutting out. Thanks for sticking with me through all that. I really needed it. I'm going to wait here quietly until the fog clears. Wait, what was... Fuck. What environment are we about to see now?
Got myself all worked up over nothing.
Then what the fuck killed you?
Silly, but at least the fog is cleared. This place, it's like a fantasy. It reminds me.
If the red lights are just flowers, what the fuck killed you?
The movie with the glowing forests and floating mountains. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have. Have you gotten closer to the flowers to see what they are? The fact that the AI understands what I'm saying is insane to me.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty close to them. They're super tall, like over 10 feet. The stems are so slender, almost like glass, and the leaves are completely transparent, but they glow this gentle pink light. It's really something else. Makes me think about how small we are compared to all this.
Then what the fuck killed you?
Kind of humbling, right?
It makes me wonder, what is pollinating the flowers? What kind of otherworldly bees exist on this planet?
That's a great question. I haven't seen any kind of bees or insects around these flowers yet. Maybe they're pollinated by something completely different from what we'd expect on Earth. It makes me wonder, Do you think there are other intelligent species out there that might be observing us in the same way we're observing these plants? Kind of mind-bending, isn't it?
If we discovered faster than light travel, obviously other species would. However, do they want to make contact with us or stay at a distance, like you say, observing us like we're observing these plants?
If they're smart enough to travel between stars, maybe they'd be too smart to bother with us. We're not exactly the most peaceful species in our own history.
True.
Though honestly, I kinda hope if we ever meet someone out here, they'd at least be curious. Even if it's just to observe humanity like we're some weird glowing plant species.
I wonder if when she was crawling, she fell down a cliff or something. Or into a hole or something. Like, what the fuck killed her then? There's obviously something out there that killed her. Has the fog cleared enough for you to start making your way towards the mountain again?
Yeah, the fog's mostly lifted. I can see the mountain peaks in the distance now. It's still a bit of a hike, but at least I can actually see where I'm going. You know, it's funny. Earlier I was so scared of those red lights in the fog, and it turned out they were just these plants. I wonder how often fear comes from not knowing what's out there, rather than any real danger.
That's the mystery of fear, though. Is the mystery of what's out there and what it could do. Thankfully, those flowers are just pretty, not a danger. Looks like it's time for you to start hiking towards those mountains, though.
You're right. Now that I know these lights are just beautiful plants, they actually feel kind of soothing. I think I'll stay here for the night. It seems like a safe and peaceful spot. I'll end the call for now and reach out to you later, okay?
Then what the fuck ate you or killed you or whatever? Oh shit, it's almost 2 hours of this. I think I'm gonna call this a video and call this a whatever this is. Ooh, question. How do I... Oh, there we go. Save. Logs. Okay. Morning already, huh? Time to get moving. It looks like today will be a long one. Oh, that's how you use the keyword. Okay. Do you type forever on here? Wonder. There's a key limit. Did you see you hadn't made it through the night? The fog makes me think there should be water nearby. If you see a large enough body of water soon, could resupply your water rations and maybe get a quick washing off in. Again, I'm just like, I would feel so scuzzy. I would just, ugh. That sounds amazing. Fresh water, be a total lifesaver, and a wash I can dream, right? But for now, I need to keep pushing forward towards Hermes' base. Train's getting tougher, so I should stay focused. Got a long walk ahead. Hey, at least I can see where I'm going. Morning hikes, no snacks, no playlist, just you and me, pal. Lucky you. Hmm. I say it's... Oh, it is now 2 hours now. Damn. I'm here as long as you need me. I'll try and be good company for you. So, when you go on your hikes, do you bring a list of music to listen to, or do you just like listening to the sounds of nature around you? I mean, this game is very interesting. If you want, it's it's a walking simulator, but you're not even doing the walking. She is. Honestly, a little bit of both. I love having a good playlist to get me pumped up, especially for the tougher parts. But once I'm out there, trying to buy all this, sounds of nature have a way of taking over. The wind, birds, even just the sound of my boots on the different terrain. It's its own kind of music, you know? Makes me feel more connected to where I am. I prefer the sounds of nature as well, especially when I'm out kayaking. Just the sounds, the smells of nature all around me is so peaceful. That sounds amazing. There's something about being on the water that just clears your head, right? That smells incredible. Wet earth, the lake. I have to ask James, do you ever get that one pesky fish jumping out of the water and startling you? I just like it like that. I've had that happen before, where you get large birds like a blue heron flying overhead, which scares the crap out of you because you're not expecting it when you're in the middle of nowhere. Something that large to be that close to you. True story. It's always weird to see a blue heron in a tree. You always see them in the ditches in the short, shallow water. Oh man, that's even better. A heron. That's some natural drama right there. I'm just picturing you floating along and then wham, this giant bird decides to photobomb your peaceful moment. Funny how those unexpected moments can actually make the experience more memorable, right? Even if they do give you a heart attack at first. Okay, so I'm gonna do is save. Oh shit, autosave when I hit that, huh? Neat. Oh shit! I just exited out of the game. I don't think I meant to do that. Alright, well, I mean, I was gonna end the video, but alright, well, I guess that's it. I had to say, very interesting. And now that I know how the talk system works, I guess I could live stream this. I just didn't understand how the talking system works, so I thought, because you talk to her through your microphone. Well, I can't talk to her through the microphone and talk to Chad, it might confuse her. But now that I know that's how the system works, maybe I could live stream if you guys think this is interesting enough. I'll upload this soon. Probably like a 6:15 random one. Just to get it out there faster. But with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.